What did we even talk about?
What do we even talk about?
What did we talk about?
Avocados are sweet.
No, like on the podcast. Like what have we already talked about?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But,
My memory's terrible. We just started, didn't we?
see, that's my question. Like, how... So if you have bad short-term memory, but good long-term memory, so eventually you remember what you forgot?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Mine's are complex, you know?
What? Fuck. Ah! Makes me mad.
Yeah, sometimes my short term's real bad. I did that, no joke, sometimes. Someone will ask me for something, and I'll go, okay, I'm almost done using it. And then I'll grab it, and I'll be like, I'm done using it, and I put it away.
I know you do that all the time to me.
It's crazy.
So crazy. So
And
obnoxious.
like if it wasn't for, like, because I have a good memory otherwise, I would think I have Alzheimer's. But it's all good.
Just burped in my ear.
But yeah, was that your stomach? What was that?
It was like a combo.
Just like a little vomit?
I'm so tired.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go drive to Oregon tomorrow. I'm breaking the rules.
Amanda's breaking the rules. Well, we live in what's it called? America. So you're free. And you know
live
what?
in the wild, wild west up here. No one gives a fuck about what's going on.
Here's the problem. There's no problem with it. Deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. I mean, I went from like 0 to 60 because
me too.
really was freaked out by it for the first like 4 weeks. Actually, no, I take that back. For the first 2 weeks, I was like, okay, this is bullshit. And then I was like, maybe there's some truth to it. And then believed it for about maybe a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I went from bullshit to, ooh, this is weird, to bullshit.
Knowing all the facts, what we know, the facts that we do know, because there's a lot of misinformation. There's
Which
a lot
constantly changes and is still changing.
Because
so the facts right now could be false later.
There's no solid numbers at all because there's a lot of conflicting issues.
You know, COVID-19 is just one big false positive.
It could be. Yeah. Because here's the problem.
But I mean, like, as far as everything being handled around it, it's all trial and error.
It's a real thing. COVID-19 is a real thing.
Yeah, it's definitely real.
What do they call it? So, COVID SARS 2 or whatever. That shit's real. But is it as bad as they say? We don't know.
Yeah.
Now, there is incentives for hospitals to claim COVID patients because they get government money. And they don't want to lay off a lot of doctors because elective, what's the word I'm looking for? Elective surgeries are canceled during this time because it is a state of emergency. It is a pandemic. Now, when you lay off surgeons, you lay off a lot of your money, your income. You have to have so many COVID patients to be able to qualify. You have to have so many people. You know, it's like $6,000 per respirator. It's very convoluted, but there's a lot of stuff pointing towards false positives. A lot of stuff pointing towards, you know, if people that come in with a cough and don't get tested are being called COVID positive, it's a fucking mess.
It's all over the place.
And that's not the scientific method. People need to be tested. Do they have it? Do they don't have it? You know, and still the numbers are, if you're...
Well, that's the things. The tests aren't even like honed in. So like the tests are all over the place too. Some are great, some suck.
Well, here's a fact. This is a fact. The average death from people dying from COVID-19 is higher than the average death rate of a natural death.
Yeah.
It's a higher number. Your people are dying older than they would naturally. That is a statistic. I understand this is a very crude way of looking at it. But these are just things to look at and to be mindful of. Is COVID real? Absolutely. Is it dangerous? Absolutely, to some people.
Well, that's everything.
Absolutely. That's the thing. That's the thing. If you feel like you're susceptible, you should stay home. Be safe. Wash your hands. Everyone should wash their hands. That's great. I love that stuff.
I think it really has fucked with everyone on like a mental level. And I think that...
Most people think way too fucking hard.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, think about the people that already think so hard. Like...
Oh, I know.
And then those people are getting destroyed right now. But, and that's the thing. Like, it's hard for people that actually do have some sort of, I don't know, crippling fear or anxiety already or depression before all of this. And now those people, it's hard for them to rationalize.
Yeah, this could be the straw.
Yeah, like, and it's so fucked up. But at the same time, like, for someone like me, for whatever reason, it's been kind of a weird roller coaster of a ride. And I was stressed out because when I got laid off, I was super stressed out. And I feel like I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have. And, but now that I'm back to work, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I feel like I'm handling it very fine.
Yeah.
But then on the outside, I'm sure someone's like, she's a little stressed out.
I definitely, like, you summed it up really well about the stores. Like, I never get stressed. I'm, like, honestly, I have not been stressed out about this at all the whole time. Yeah. But when we go to stores, I can feel other people's stress.
And it fucking fucks with you.
It makes me stressed out. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like, am I making them feel uncomfortable? Mm-hmm. Oh. Am I making, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I fucking keeping my distance? And I'm like, you know what? It's all good. We carry so much diseases on us every day. This what we don't. That's the thing. This isn't unique. This is not unique. We have herpes. We have
Marty's so angry right now.
We have. Okay. Let's calm down a minute, Marty. Let's calm down. Now, influenza. Influenza kills tons of people all the time. At least 50,000 a year, every year.
It is crazy. I mean, I don't know. I think
I understand that's
it's one big fucking...
It's a small comparison, but...
I just think it's one big crazy fucking...
We carry this shit on us every day. We are constantly battling millions of little microbes.
People hear this shit all the time from every single podcast
do they, though?
Right now. Yeah. I feel like they do.
It. But here's what they're not going to tell you.
A huge topic.
Being positive and being happy is the best cure of all because...
But that's hard for some people.
It is, but you have find...
It's not just like something that you do.
Follow what makes... Whatever glimpse it is. Like if you see a moment, if you see a flicker, if a little puppy makes you happy, follow that. Do that.
Yeah, but like people don't do that. That's what I'm saying, is that this is like much bigger than just having a video therapy session. It's gonna fucking take mental health to a whole new level after this. Like, I feel like people are gonna pay attention to mental health a lot more after all of this fucking shit happens. But how they're going to handle it is a whole thing.
That's one of the things I love about the human mind is that we can obsess over something and become germaphobes. We can become addicted to eating toilet paper. Like people have weird addictions, and those are all mind viruses. Those are things we repeated over and over again. We can talk ourselves into doing anything.
Yeah.
Usually in a bad way. But I'm
saying if you don't have the resources for someone to help you get back on track, that's how homeless people happen.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If you're listening to this right now and you're feeling down, whatever makes you happy, follow that.
Because it's not that easy.
It is.
I'm just saying it's not for some people. We always disagree on this because I've seen mental health up front.
I understand.
And it's not that easy for someone just to do something.
But I'm saying
it is good. Be positive silver lining, blah, blah, blah. I understand that.
Okay.
But you have to agree with me that it's not, mental health is not something where you can just look at someone and say, follow this this happy dust.
No, I'm serious.
That's also known as crack.
It's helped me. This is what's worked for me. Now,
Crack has
it's not
helped
going to
Marty.
work. It's not going to work for everyone. But if, say, masturbating.
You are basically saying that mental health is in a cookie cutter like scenario. It's not. You can't just form. Every person's different. Not just some
Right.
of you. Not like a whole bunch of you can do one thing.
Right.
Every brain is 100% different.
Now, yeah, right. It's a chemical imbalance, whether it's self-induced mentally, whether it's environmental, whether it's genetic. Your chemicals
Are
are
drugs
off.
environmental?
Yes.
Okay.
Whether
Because environmental can be pollution too, right?
exactly. So yeah, environmental could be mental. It could be what you ingest, your diet, what drugs you take. It's whatever you induce, whatever's in your environment. And genetic is just you're predisposed to being a certain way chemically and hormonally. Now, can you get out of it? It's debatable. But a lot of people have. And there's different ways to do it. And everyone has different paths. But what worked for me is finding those little things and become obsessed with it. Become obsessed with
Yeah, but
music, masturbating, boobs. Literally, like, certain things would give me anxiety. I couldn't, when I went out, I had to have my parents order for me when I was an adult.
yeah, it's because you breastfed until
No,
you were
fuck
10, though.
off. I had crazy anxiety. I had crippling anxiety. I had crazy depression. I thought about suicide very often.
Yeah, but you also were a teenager. You had parents there. You had a house over, like a roof over your head. Like, say you basically supported your whole family,
Yeah,
and then you lose your job, and
absolutely.
you can't go back to work, or you do go back to work and it's less money, or whatever is happening. But that's what I'm saying, is that this is like a whole...
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so
Like-
many variables. Don't let anything
Yeah,
bring you down. Like,
but that's so...
I know it's easy to say.
Well, and it's so late in the game. People have been out of fucking work for so long that, I mean, they're fucking euthanizing pigs because they don't have enough people buying pigs because there's not enough people in the meat packing facilities to keep the pigs going, and then the farm can't afford to feed the pig, so it dies. People are like fucking emptying milk. Farmers are throwing away produce. Like,
Right. That's all because of stupid ideological ideas.
it's just crashing, and
It's
it's
not.
so... But it's so far in the game right now for some people, is what I'm saying. Like, I do not have as many responsibilities as I thought I did. I feel like I'm pretty, I'm like Play-Doh. If something's going to happen, my body will form to it.
Yeah.
And that's the way my brain works. So it's just one of those things. And I get it. I do feel bad for everyone. And I shouldn't talk as much as I do about it. But it's just the only thing that's on my mind through this whole thing. I don't think I'm going to get COVID. Or maybe I've had COVID. I'm going to get it.
knows?
Who knows? I just...
By the way, get vitamin D. Get out in the sun.
My concern is with people.
Yeah.
That's where my concern is. And some of these people also really fucking infuriate me, such as the ones that don't want to go back to work because they make more money on unemployment.
Yeah,
Those people suck.
that's frustrating.
Look at the long term. Where are you going to be after your unemployment runs out? Just fucking fuck. So many emotions. You go from sad to happy to bummed out.
You know
to
what?
back to happy to complacent. When I'm complacent, I'm playing that game.
But you know what's great? And I can only speak from my own experiences. But
Yeah, it's true. We all can. You're right.
it's
more being positive and being a positive light to people that listen to us.
Right.
I
When
shouldn't talk about so many negative things.
when we lived in a tent, when we were in a tent. Now, when I was a kid,
Well, let's talk about Marty. He was poor.
oh fuck. We were like, okay, we're camping. And my brother's like, bro, we're homeless. We don't have a home. And I'm like, yeah, but like, Dad,